Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 20 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finalize our model and we create our sheets. Now we're gonna continue working on this. So what we need to do is go to our 3D view, and then we wanna make sure that we're in fine, and then we need to save this, and we need to go to our Twinmotion. So I'm going to our datasmith. Here in Twinmotion, we're just going to see in Twinmotion so that we could just open the Twinmotion program. But we really need to do is to go to datasmith, and then we need to export this as a datasmith file and save it to the location that we want to. So now let's just wait for this one to sync, and then we need to go and save this. So I'm gonna create a location where we're gonna save this. So basically, for example, here's the location. I'm just gonna copy the link and then wait for this one to open. This is what I have recently, like the most current for me, but I know there's Twinmotion versions that are always updating, so you want to make sure that you always do that. And then go to datasmith and then export to datasmith file, and we're just going to save this to the location which is we already have. You can change the name if you want to, but I'm just gonna save it like as is. So save it there, and then once you save that, go back to your Twinmotion, and here you just need to select the theme that you want. But for me, I'm just gonna leave it as the default. I'm going to delete this, so delete those ones, and you need to go to import and then select this one, and then just click open right here, and then paste the location again, and then here we go. So it's easier for us to locate, we don't need to look for it. And then after that, you just want to leave it as is, and then click import, and then press OK on this. And as you can see, we have our model, and what we could do is I'm gonna double check how this one is. Looks like everything is good. We don't need to lower the starting ground anymore, so I'm good with that. The only problem we have on that is, as you can see, we have our model like that. Basically, it's not the one that is lowered, or it's the starting ground as well, so that's fine. It's not something that we need to do anyway. We could just add a material for the pool here, and it's not gonna be visible anymore. So right now, what you need to do first is you need to save this. So save as, and then we need to go to Twinmotion and then save this. So once you save, you need to sign in to Epic Games in order for you to access HDRI, Megascan, SketchUp, Adobe Substance 3D. Those are the materials, the objects that you will need to, so that you'll be able to add everything. So now that we're here, we need to go to materials, and I want to select the glass. I'm going to use this one, clear glass, and come to the right side, and we could change the tint and opacity, so we could change those, and we could basically change it up once we're checking the rendering format or the way it reflects. So we can always come back to those. And then what I usually do as well is go to ambience, go to camera, and this is very important, this camera effect, I believe, and then you need to check parallelism, so everything will be parallel all the time and it will be a much better view. And then go right here, we can check HDRI environment, and then here we could click on backdrop HDRI, and then later on we could change this, or we could change it now since we're already here. Go to outdoor, and usually what I use is tea garden. So what we need to do is go right here, drag it on this, and as you can see we have that. We'll be able to change the rotation right here and to make it bigger or smaller depending on, so here size, we could increase it. So as you can see, we could increase it like that, and then after this we'll be able to projector offset, so we could even tilt it if you want, but let's leave it like that for now. The only thing that I don't like here is that once we have this, as you can see, the background as well is too much. We might change it to shady part. Let's see how it looks. I just want a clear background as well, and maybe yellow fills as well. Let's see how it looks. We need to rotate this. It looks good, but I just want a clear background, so maybe I'll just leave it like this. Approaching sun, and then change the rotation, and I think this is good enough for me. I'm happy with this, so I could add in more of the background there. So we could fill this up with trees and everything like that. So after this, I also go to camera, or the FX, render, environment, I think camera, I believe. Here, under color gradient, I usually use blue tint, but maybe we could change it up later on depending on how we view the render. So let's leave it like that for now, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on adding materials first. So here I want a metal material, aluminum. So I believe I already set this one, so we need to click this picker, set this one, and this is aluminum already, and we need to make it dark, and we need to increase metalness. Maybe for this one we could leave it as is for now, and then the metalness for sure. And then what we could do is we could apply it with this one as well, and then the baluster. So those are good. And then we could do is covering. For the roof covering, we need shingles. We could do this and then increase the scale for us to see. So this one's actually, I don't like it. Maybe this one is good enough. Scale it. Yeah, this one's good. And then let's change this to something like this to change it up. And then the other one is something like this. I'm just adding this one onto others so that it looks good. And then go back to material again. Metal here. We put matte chrome, and then this color is a little grayish, dark grayish look. And then metalness on. And then in terms of this, in the middle, I believe this one is good, or the other one. I'm gonna increase this scale. I think this is perfect. And then here I want a different wood material. There we go. But the only problem with that is it's basically almost the same as this. So might as well change it a bit. Scale it so that we can see all of that. If not, we might add a stone material here. One of my favorite stone material, and we could just have that one there. So actually I'm gonna undo that. Instead I'm going to put this stone material here. And then here we need to change it. So here we need to have another wood material that we haven't used. I'll use this one and then scale it a bit. So that looks good right there. 3 different wood materials. And then here we're gonna put dark concrete here, and then on this one maybe a stone material. On this one I'm going to do black here. Okay, so that's good. And then we need so we got that one there. I'm gonna put a slate here, so that's a slate material on the top. And then let's see, gray stone. So actually no, I'm just going to do a concrete. I think this is good enough, but I want to change it, or another stone material, this one, and then scale it a bit. Here this material should be same as here, so I'm going to click on pick, and then we should have it here, and then we'll be able to just drop it there. So that looks good. And then for this one we need, let's see, brush aluminum, and then change it to black. That's good. And then for this material we need neon, and then we need to add this one. So as you can see, it looks good. It's glowing right there, and then everything else follows. In terms of the wall covering, or this one, the white wall, I'm probably going to use satin white. So I'm gonna do satin white, satin painted white, and then I'm just going to keep on adding that to white parts, because you never know what we added there. So that's why I'm just being careful. As you can see, that one turns, it looks white, but it wasn't. So that's good right there. I'm happy with that. And then we need to add concrete here. Maybe fine concrete right here, or I want to have soft concrete there. And then go to ground man-made. Maybe actually this one is my favorite for this part, because I like the grooves that it creates. It looks like the one that we have here in Canada. And then maybe this one. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough there. And then we need to change this to maybe this one, or this one, or maybe this one. And then scaling it. Actually, I don't like it there. Maybe this one is much better. No. Just gonna use this one instead. Okay. Then that one is perfect there. Here we need to go to water first, and then go to pool. Okay, we need, how come it's like that? Maybe it's the, it's not changing anything, right? So we could just leave it for now. And then the wood here, and then scale it. That's good enough. And then we need to pick this one so that it's the same one, and right here. I think that's good enough. That looks good. I'm happy with the way this one feels. I want to do a quick rendering, maybe low, and then here in low settings it looks good. So I'm happy with this. So we could just click that one. And then we need to add car here. Car paint, we have that one there. So vehicle, we need to add car here. And another car here. And then let's go back to material. And then car paint. I think for this one, you can only change it here. So unfortunately, this car paint material is not for this one. So if you have an imported car, like imported object, and then it's a car, you may probably just use this and it will give you a good color of paint. So I'm just going to add that one there. I'm just going to go and have a stone. There we go. And then here we could have this, scale it a bit so that it looks good. And then here just change it a bit. So there's something that, not this one. There we go. So that looks good. I want to darken this a bit, so select that, and then here we could darken a little bit. And then here, in terms of their material, maybe we could just put in brick, scale it. There we go. So that's good there. And then here, maybe concrete. Just change it a bit, and then we could add in cars here as well. Like a pickup truck. Change the color. And probably maybe a van here, and then we're gonna add in some trees around here. I'm thinking of removing this one. I'm just gonna remove that one and then just add trees around. I think that's going to be the better option. Yeah, I'm just going to do that instead. Just gonna leave it like that, and maybe cars outside. just to fill up the area. I think everything is here. I'm probably going to make this one a little bit dark. And then maybe one of this I'm going to add in some veins, like those ivy veins around. So I think this is good start. So let's just continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.